how are you? And welcome to another week of content. This is Tweengreens. If you don't know us yet, we are a natural skincare brand for tweens and teens, and we believe that it's not only about the skin, it's more about self-love and emotion. So all our products are framed in mindfulness rituals that elevates the emotion of our kids. So we are in process of development when this video was made. So I hope you follow us. I hope you can share this content with other moms of tweens or teenagers that want not just to take care of their skin naturally, but that want to take care of their emotions as well. And last week we were talking about the 7 habits to have an acne-free skin for teenagers. So in this week and the next weeks, we are going to get deeper in each of those habits. So this week we're going to go deep to cleansing. And it's funny because I have listened in other social media channels that cleansing is not important for acne, that is not related with acne at all. And yes, it is. Of course it is. Everything that you do for taking care of the skin of a teenager is going to affect how the skin will behave during the teen age. Why? Because despite hormonal changes are, the most important factor that affects a teenager skin, we can take care of the other parts, which are the preventive care that we can give them, and cleansing is one of that. So stay with me, and I hope you enjoy the content of this week.
I love you.
Okay, let's start by saying why it's so important for teenagers or tweens to clean their skin. And it's not just for them, actually, it's for all of us. We all get out of our houses, we get in contact with pollution and dirty things in the environment. We maybe don't see it, we maybe don't feel it, but they are there. We are also producing sebum all day, and that sebum is accumulating in our face. So we need to remove that, okay? That's it. Why? Because otherwise our pores are going to be clogged. And if you haven't seen my video of last week on how acne is developed, maybe you can go and check it. But basically, when our pores clogged, then they can collect bacteria and they can get infected, and there is where acne starts. So that is why it's so important. It's so important to remove all the excess of sebum and all of the excess of pollution and dirty, and that's it. We have to do it twice a day, not more than that. It's not necessary, not less than that. But it's important, especially for teenagers or tweens, because remember that sebum production is increasing and we need to remove that excess, just the excess, not the complete sebum. So right now I'm going to teach you the 4 criteria that we need to apply when we are choosing a cleanser for a teenager. Okay, there are 4 basic aspects or criteria that you need to apply when you are choosing the right cleanser for your kids, tweens or teenagers. The first one is age. Skin changes through age, is important to take it in account. The second one is the cleansing process. I will tell you, this is so important that I will tell you about it later. The third one are the ingredients that you use in that cleansing process. And the fourth one is the pH, okay? If you use the 4 of them in your choice, I'm pretty sure that you are going to take the right one for your kids. Let's see each of them. Okay, the first criteria you need to take in account is age. Why? Because when we have a twin, 10 to 13 years old, the skin is different. then after 13 and maybe to 18 years old, skin is different. And above 18, skin is different. And what is different? Basically the amount of sebum they generate. So basically what a cleanser does when we are talking about a water-based cleanser, which is like the common cleanser that you see in the market, they have this ingredient called surfactant. And what a surfactant does is to create a tension in the skin and absorb it. It creates like attracts this pollution and all these things, and also sebum from the skin, and takes it away with the water. However, tweens don't generate the same amount of sebum than an adult or than a teenager. So when we use a cleansing product in a tween, it is probable that the surfactant charge that this product has takes away with the sebum that needs to stay in the skin. We cannot we cannot take all the sebum of the skin. Remember, and we talked about it last week. Sebum is very important for the skin. Why? Because it has antibacterial properties. It creates this film in the skin that avoids that the water evaporates from skin. So it helps keeping the hydration level, which is so important for the skincare barrier to function well. So when we use an adult cleanser with a very high surfactant charge in a tween, we are probably leading to dehydration in that skin. Okay, now is a young skin, for example, a tween or teenager, has this tendency to dehydrate, because the skin is still in their development process. So it's normal that they have this tendency to dehydrate. So what happens with teenagers? Teenagers generate even more sebum than adults, but their skin is more sensitive to dehydration. So if we use a skincare product, a cleanser with a high surfactant charge, because we want to remove all the excess of sebum, then because the skin is more dehydrated, we can worsen that situation. So when we are talking about tween and teens, we have to have different products for them. That's an important thing, because the power of cleaning has to be different, because it's more sebum in teenagers than in tweens. That's the first one. And the second one, when we are removing a higher amount of sebum, we have to take care of not dehydrate the skin with an excess of surfactant charge. So that is why I'm going to tell you how should be the cleansing process that helps you remove the excess of sebum efficiently, but at the same time avoid dehydration of that skin. Okay, criteria 2, the process. The cleansing process is so important. I cannot be more emphatic on this. This is not, it surprises me that this is not very known in the market, that you need 2 steps cleansing process. It's absolutely necessary, and it's not just for tweens or teenagers. We as adults should use 2 steps cleansing. You can't imagine how much it changed my skin. I have oily skin. I have battled against acne basically my whole life. It was very, very, very dramatic when I was a teenager, but even as an adult, I had to face acne as well. And something that dramatically changed my skin was to incorporate the 2 steps cleansing process. So let me explain you about this here. Well, the 2 steps cleansing process, it consists in 2 steps. The first one is to do a pre-cleansing process with an oil-based cleanser, and the second one using a water-based cleanser. That's it. Why? Because water and oil are not miscible. So the traditional water-based cleanser is going to create that tension in the skin, as I just explained. However, it's not going to take away all the excess of sebum. To do that, you would need to expose the skin to a dehydration. So when you use an oil-based cleanser, basically because oil and oil can mix, what happens is that the sebum, which is oily, mixes with the cleanser, and it is removed with water. How? And this is an important point, because you don't need to take like the oil of your kitchen and put it in your skin. No. You cannot do that. You cannot, even a vegetable oil, you cannot put that just in the skin just like that, because when you try to wash it away, it's not going to be away, because oil and water doesn't mix. So what we do as formulators is to create a oil to milk cleanser or gel to milk cleanser, where basically we use this ingredient that mixes with the oil, and in contact with water, the cleanser becomes a milk. And that way it's very easy to take it away, and it doesn't leave any grease in the skin. So I think it's amazing. The oil-based cleanser that we are creating in Tweengreens is very, very nice, because it leaves this silky skin. I'm pretty sure that when you try it, you will not want to leave it. But the thing is, the sebum, the excess of sebum is emulsified with the cleanser, and is taken away very, very gently. Then the water-based cleanser, you don't need it to be that strong. You can use it basically in a very low charge, in order to avoid to dehydrate, especially young skins, and you can take away the rest of the duty that you have in the skin without dehydrating. So this is why the two-steps cleansing process is important. And yes, I was reading the other day some book of a very famous writer about skincare tips and all that, and she said in the book, like, it's not important to have one oil and one water. And I want to tell you today, oh yes, it's important. It's absolutely important. This is not about like the two-steps cleansing just for have a more clean skin. No, is to have two-steps cleansing, because the oil-based cleanser is going to add a very gentle cleansing, is going to remove the excess of sebum, is going to remove the oil-based duty, and then you have the water-based cleanser, which is going to do the rest of the job in a very gentle way. So it's very, very important. Okay, so these are the two steps cleansing. Let's go ahead and let's see which ingredients you should take care in each of them. Okay, the third criteria, ingredients, what to choose. Well, as we have just said, we have the oil-based cleanser and the water-based cleanser. So let's check first in the oil-based cleanser. Basically, this is a cleanser made of oil, usually vegetable oils that give some feed to your skin. What we try, for example, is to balance omega-3 and omega-6 in those cleansers. Then we can give like good food to the skin when they are cleansing. However, the most important thing in an oil-based cleanser is the comedogenic index. This is basically like a score that every vegetable oil receives on how the potential of clogging pores. Lower comedogenic index means that it has like a lower risk of clogging pores, and a higher comedogenic index means that it can clog pores. Okay, it is a scale from 0 to 5, and basically for teenagers and tweens, I prefer to choose like 0 or 1 oils. For example, sunflower oil, hemp seed oil, strawberry, and in general, berries oils are very dry and are very good for skin. Watermelon oil, and why do I choose that? Because teenagers don't need more oil. They don't need that we put an additional risk of clogging pores, because with the sebum that they generate by themselves, they are already exposed. The high comedogenic index are, for example, macadamia. The nuts oils are have a way more higher comedogenic index. Karité, for example, coconut oil. And it doesn't mean that these oils are not good. They are very well used, for example, for very dry skin or for mature skin or for body products are fantastic. But for teenagers, I choose to stay just with low comedogenic index oils. That's it. I usually add, some additional ingredients to sebum regulating or to provide more skin barrier functions. But these are the less in the products. The more important is the oil that you choose. Well, regarding the water-based cleanser, this is a very simple product. It is formed by water, surfactant, and humectants. Basically, that's it. And you can see in the market products with 100 of ingredients. I really think that you don't need that much. Actually, I don't agree to use a very wild selection of ingredients, because that can unbalance your microbiome. So I think that simple sometimes is better. So in a water-based cleanser, water or is something sometimes is added hydrosols. However, this is a product that is used to be kept simple because it's going to wash it away. So we as formulators try to not use very high or expensive ingredients, because they are going to be in contact with the skin for 1 minute. Okay, so it's a very functional oriented product. About the surfactants, there are very natural ones and very mild, like coca glucoside. I use an apple-based surfactant that is very natural and very gentle with the skin. There are sulfates and all that is very, very strong. My advice is to stay away from sulfates, especially for young skin. And the humectants, basically the most used one are aloe vera. Is fantastic, it's very cheap, but has amazing properties of hydrating and humecting the skin. We also use glycerin or propanidol, are very common ingredients that are used in this kind of product. Now, we have also what kind of presentation should you use, because you have, for example, you can use foaming, you can use gel, or you can use a cream in the water-based cleanser. My choice always is foaming. Why? Because sometimes when we are talking about cleansers, we want the foam. Okay. A lot of foam doesn't mean that the product is cleansing better. It just means that it has more surfactant charge. And because the market likes the foam in cleansing products, they used to increase the surfactant charge, making it a less gentle product just for doing foam. So with the foaming cleanser, the foaming is made by the bottle. So the surfactant charge of the product can be kept in the lower needed level, especially for tweens and teens. In the next one, it would be the gel, where a higher surfactant charge is used because they want to foam, and in creams it's even higher because a cream is made with some kind of oils or a lipid substance, and that lipid decreases the foaming of the product. So usually the surfactant charge is even increased in cream products, in cream cleansing products, to have this foaming despite the use of oil. So basically that would be my choice in ingredients and in type of products for those ingredients and for the cleansing process that I explained. So let's see how the pH plays in all this decision of the right cleanser. Okay, the pH. What is the pH? Basically, is the measure of the acidity of a product, of something, not a product, something that contains water. It goes in a scale from 0 to 14, where from 0 to 6 is acid, from 6 to 7 is neutral, and above 7 is alkaline. Okay, that's the measure. What happens that our skin is acid. We have an acidic pH, which is called, it has acid mantle. And why our skin is acid? We have a pH about 5.5 to 6. And why? Because in acid environments, bacteria don't survive. That's it. I mean, our skin is so intelligent that keep us acidic in the surface of our skin to avoid bacteria to survive in dark environment. So what happens with pH? What we find, what kind of cleansers we find in the market? We also find soaps or liquid soaps. Solid soaps or liquid soaps. What is a soap? Basically, it's made with this ingredient that is super alkaline, which is lye, okay? And for a soap be considered a soap, it has to have lye as the main ingredient. And basically, a soap has a pH of 8.5 to 9. So when we wash ourselves, our face, or body with a soap, we are taking our skin to an alkaline environment. Because our skin is acidic, it will return to the acidic environment. However, this go back and forward from acidic to alkaline and then getting back to acidic is not good for skin. And we don't want that. We don't want our skin to be like dancing this between the two pH. So we want to use acidic products, especially for young skin, because of the hormonal changes and all the microbiome, which is this ecosystem of microbial ecosystem that protect us. We don't want that to be unbalanced. So to take, to use acid products, not very acid, just the regular acid, which is from 5.5 to 6, is the best choice for your teens or tweens skin. Then you are taking care and protecting their microbiome when you do that. I hope that, this is a little scientific, but I don't want to bore you with that, but it's a very, very important topic. So avoid soaps, both liquid or solid. Avoid soaps in the skin of your kids. Okay, and we have got to the end of this video. I hope this information has been useful for you. Remember to share it with other moms that maybe are wondering how to take care of the skin of their teenagers and want to raise more secure and higher self-esteem young people. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications, then you know when we release a new video. So I wait you next week when we are talking about the second habit that you need for an acne clear skin for your teenagers. Bye.
Hey yo,